All right. Oh, no, because you can't even see it. We want to make sure, because that's our confirmation that it's getting
recording
pushed out there. Yeah.
I was listening to it. I turned the video quality all the way down and just put it in the background and listened to it, and I heard it cut off.
Let's make sure we got data. Testing. 1, 2, testing.
Test 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
test,
8, 9, 10,
test.
11, 12.
Test. Actually, not doing that bad. Is this a 15-minute article? We're good. All right, good. We get the thumbs up.
We'll get through this. It's 3 tips. You got like sub points, but I'm only covering half of them.
Cool. So we were talking about.
I just wrapped up my last news, which was Yext.
Yeah, we like really ended like it.
Right,
it might be really good.
Yeah, so we're gonna come back and then you go. That was potatoes.
Yeah.
Here you go. Here's your content.
So that was the potatoes. Cool stuff about Yext. Now it's time to get into the meat.
I want to give a punch in the face to my guy Jeremy and the good folks over at Moz. He posted this article: helpful tips for doing search in a low volume niche. Right? How many of you guys are in businesses or in industries where there's just not much search volume, right? A whole bunch of competition when you search is a billion results, but not many people actually searching, right? This article is for you guys.
Did he give some examples of like industries where that specifically applies?
He didn't, but what he did say is typically found in most.
I'm gonna get the number.
There you go. He did say it's typically found in most B2B businesses. Most B2C, they tend to have plenty of search volume, but most B2B stuff, search
can
volume
struggle.
Can struggle. Exactly.
Absolutely.
So, matter of fact, he starts off by saying, but what about those who work in low search volume niches typically seen in B2B or with companies pioneering a new product or service that no one really knows about yet, so they obviously can't be searching for it.
Yep.
He said this post is for you, that digital marketer who toils the struggles to drive search visibility where there is hardly. He's absolutely, man. We come across these issues frequently.
I got one right now, and we'll see if we can apply it to the rest. So I've got a client, a prospect who called us. He actually seals decks right now. So probably good search volume.
Wood decks.
Wood decks, right? So probably good search volume for that. But he doesn't like doing it, doesn't want to do it, and he wants to do something in his niche he's defined for himself is stairwell refurbishment. So you got your staircase or stairwell, and it's got wrought iron, and you want wood. It's got wood, and you got wrought iron, and you know it's one
tile or whatever it is.
Whatever it is, and so I can even do search volume. I think he's already done search volume. He's like, there's no search volume. This is a total education.
Unfortunately, he's looking for the same person who wants to redo their floors.
Yep.
And that's who he's looking for. So, okay.
So he's going to educate the audience about, hey, you could get you don't have to redo your whole floors or everything. Why don't you just redo your staircase? Because often that's a centerpiece. Anyway, so.
Interesting concept. So, but yeah, and then the challenge is without search volume, how do you still get those results, right? Yeah. So that's what Jeremy was trying to address in this article. He had a few tips. There's actually 3 of them. His first one is SEO. Right. We're talking about sites that, why would SEO be a tip when we're talking about a situation where there's low search volume? That's because he understands and we understand. I'm hoping you guys understand that SEO is necessary regardless of what type of search volume you have. When and if people do search, you need to be found.
Absolutely.
And that's just what it is. And so he goes on to say, in order to reach greater heights via SEO, you need to make sure the foundation of your building is in order. And what I mean by foundation is the technical structure of your site. So he's kind of comparing the site to a building. And he's absolutely right. Before you can really start doing SEO, right? Like building this building and getting your walls up and doing the framing and putting your roof on and all of that kind of stuff, you need to make sure that your foundation is good, that your foundation is the right thickness, that it has this level, that your plumbing is already set up. That kind of foundational level of work is what he's referring to in regards to those industries that have low searches. He says you need to do that. He says, is your link profile clean? Does your site have a strong internal linking? He says, does the site appear trustworthy and informative? And he's absolutely right. Like, these are things that you need to have in place on your site, right? The right linking profile. You got all your consistent NAP information. You're cross-linking your main pages to your blog, to the related blog posts with keyword text and kind of non-keyword text, a good combination of both. Are you doing all of those things? He says targeting some transactional queries, right? Still talking SEO in regards to those queries. He says since it's low search, you really need to go after searches that have a higher likelihood of becoming a transaction. He says, so go after those transactional queries. He says, establish which queries are most vital to the organization, right? So which ones generate the most traffic, which ones lead to the most conversions, right? Which ones help explain, which ones guide people down the next path they need to be taken. Those are the types of queries and keywords that you want to be optimizing for. He also says target your higher funnel queries, right? So some of those are transactional, but then he says since it's low search volume, target the ones that's not that related, but semi-related, because they have a lot more search volume and they get people into your funnel. The challenge with those is that it's just difficult to rank for them. It's going to be difficult to even get to the page one, so you can experience a conversion rate. But that's the type of content you need to have there. His second tip, number 2, in regards to helpful tips for doing search in a low volume niche environment, number 1 was make sure you're doing SEO. Number 2 is make sure you're doing paid search, right? Because at the end of the day, there's low search volume. And if you haven't completed your SEO yet, then you probably couldn't be found even if they did search for you. And so you complement that with paid search. He goes on to say using paid search for Google or Bing AdWords in conjunction with an organization's SEO efforts will assist the company's bottom line. He's absolutely right. But dig this, the main tip is bid on your money keywords, right? Because since there's low search volume, since there's not many people looking, you need to be putting your budget in the places that's going to generate the best possible result. Absolutely. And that's your money phrases. I'll say it this, use PPC to support your messaging. Right, so maybe you do rank, right? But maybe you're ranking and your description, or for whatever reason, you don't want to change it.
Right? So hey, Bannister, redo your staircase, improve your home look and feel, and maybe you don't have that. Maybe there's Google's actually driving your the description that's ending up in the SERP, so you can actually control that.
Exactly. Or maybe in the case where we've been kind of debating internally a lot about doing paid ads when you already rank well. In the case of Stair Guy, right? Maybe he ranks for flooring, right, or some hardwood flooring or something like that organically. Then I'd probably do a paid ad that said only do your stairs or something like that. So we could control the messaging. They could see duplicate listings, kind of increase our strength, increase our credibility, and we can control what they actually see and believe. But the point is, take advantage of pay-per-click when you're in those situations that have low search volume, because that's another opportunity for you to be available. He says, matter of fact, while you're taking, not only bid on your money keywords, but take advantage of the RLSA. That's your remarketing list for search ads. So anybody who's hit your website, make sure you have your remarketing set up, is what he's saying. And he didn't say that here, but I'm gonna say it. Make sure you do that on Google and Facebook. Like, take advantage of remarketing and retargeting in both locations, because when there's low search volume, you need to put your website in a position to be in front of those same people who may not be searching, but still may be relevant to what you offer.
Absolutely.
Last one, number 3. We're talking about helpful tips for doing search in a low volume niche. His first one was SEO. Second one was do PPC. His third one is CRO, stands for conversion rate optimization. We kind of coined it as CVO.
Chief Results Officer.
Conversion rate officer, chief results officer. We call it CVO, right? Search engine visitor optimization. Right. Same concept. And the concept is basically once that visitor gets there, what do they do after that? Make sure
you do something good.
And how do you make them do that? He goes on to say it's not uncommon for organizations operating in a low search volume niche to have a fairly long sales cycle. The end game of what we're trying to accomplish here is drive people from an informational mindset to a transactional mindset. He brought up a point that I hadn't thought of that is truly, truly accurate. Usually in cases where there is low search volume, it's because it's a very lengthy process that you're dealing with. Right. And so if you're in that situation, then you need to, in regards to your conversion rate, first thing is to understand that you're probably not going to get a one visit conversion. right?
It's not gonna
it's just not going to happen. And so if you understand that your people need to be educated first, then you create your process on your site, you create your funnel to complement that guides them down that process. Maybe instead of a contact, they get a free white paper that begins to educate them, that leads them to a newsletter that they may receive 3 or 4 times before they finally get a phone call where you can kind of go in for the close. Yeah, or whatever your sales funnel looks like, make sure that that's deeply embedded in your site for the sake of conversions.
Right.
Because if your site doesn't complement the sales process and the sales funnel, then when people do convert, you won't know how to handle them. They won't understand where they're at, and they won't get the best value. Well, how do you do that? I added this on here, and I said this because we talk about it frequently. Dude, your call to actions, your credibility builders, your USPs, all of those things, all of these elements you have on your site should in some shape, form, or fashion speak to your sales process and then guide people through your sales process from your site.
Right.
So that way, whenever they convert, whether it was a newsletter subscription or a white paper download or contact form submission or whatever it was, at least you understand where they're at and what the next step for them is. Take advantage of understanding what your sales process is. And lastly, test and measure. When you're talking about conversion rate optimization, you want to make sure that you're testing and measuring constantly. Like, you got to be willing to tweak and make adjustments whenever it's necessary.
Yeah.
And you can only do that if you're testing and measuring, if you're looking at the conversion, if you're looking at clicks, and if you're seeing what's working and what's not working.
Good rule of thumb is every 30 views.
Yeah.
If you get people to that page 30 times and they don't take the action you want, make an adjustment.
You probably need to make an adjustment, a button color, an ad text change, an image change, maybe a button placement change. So he's right. And if you want to couple that, I would say with some additional data, like some heat maps or some click maps and things like that. So when you do make a change, it's not random. It actually has some logic supporting it.
Absolutely.
I'll close out with this. This is his last thing. He says, when an organization cannot bank on large enough search volume in its particular niche to provide a necessary runway for growth, it needs to think creatively about how to best harmonize organic and paid search channels. He's right. And we said it before, we said it again. If your search volume is low, and your search volume is low, then be prepared to invest some resources in other areas. You're going to have to find that traffic from some other places.
Yeah.
Paid search is a great place.
You got to
Social
convert
media
traffic. It's the reality.
But the reality, that's why his
traffic.
third one was conversions,
Yeah.
because this is about taking advantage of the little traffic you do
Well,
get.
and when I say convert traffic, I mean conversion, obviously, right? That makes perfect sense. I'm talking about you've got to be marketing in places where your target audience is.
Convert them from where they're at to a site visit.
Right. So in the Bannister case, they're looking at how do I do it myself floor, and then you got to add there saying, don't redo your house, just redo your Bannister, right? And so boom, you're getting them converted into. So you got to educate them. That's the challenge with this typically. And then also, I think on these lower search volumes, just be willing to, it's going to be a longer sales cycle. It's probably you probably already know it's a longer sales cycle. So maybe you need a softer initial capture,
softer lead capture. The tripwire. Come up with the free download. Come up with a store visit. Come up with something that's not as aggressive and intimidating to commit to up front.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's a longer sales process. Maybe it's just committing to the next meeting, even. But you need a softer lead capture for sure. So punch in the face to you, Jeremy. Great article, man. Helpful tips for doing search in a low volume niche. Great article. We'll get this posted.
Really good stuff. All right. Do we have any what news? I feel like there's enough stuff that's gone on, but
yeah, probably. I thought to do something political, but we'll let that pass.
All right. So if you like this podcast, we're going to ask you to do one thing. That's 3 tasks, right? So 3 things, and that is to share this podcast with 3 people. Just share it with business owners, share it with people who are in the industry.
From the same type of content. Your circle of people who who could benefit from learning about what to do in the low search volume type industry. Share the podcast with them. Tag us in it. Tag them in it on Facebook, Twitter, or your favorite platform.
Absolutely. And if you're looking to grow, If you are looking to grow your business with the largest, simplest marketing tool on the planet,
The internet.
call eWeb Results for increased revenue in your business. We have a program that is called Instant Leads
Leads.
Guaranteed.
T.
This is where we focus on pay-per-click traffic that's landing PPC, right? Landing on a highly optimized landing page so that it converts. Because literally, if the ad talked about something and it landed on a page that talked about something like
Banisters.
and banisters could even be more specific, like 30% off on your banister redesign or whatever, and it lands and they click it, then they're interested in a 30% off banister, and then they land on a page that says that you really should have. I mean, typical PPC rates conversions are low 2%, 3%.
Yeah, somewhere between 2 and 10 is where your target is.
We can get better than that because of the targeting ads. So reach out to us for that, 713-592-6724, or just go to our website and fill out that form. If you're networking in Houston, if you're a business that is in Houston, you should be networking in Houston. Go to upsocialnetwork.com. I'll keep that nice and short this time. Please remember, we are filmed live here at 5999 West 34th Street, Suite 106, Houston, Texas, 77092. If you want a video, transcript, or audio of this podcast, just go to our website, ewebresults.com. David is doing a phenomenal job of making sure all the content's out there in the right spot.
Content, tips, transcriptions, audio, video, all of the above is all there.
And we just want to thank you guys. You guys have made us the most popular internet marketing podcast on iTunes in the known universe. Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
Yes. Until the next podcast, my name's Chris Burris.
Charles Lewis.
Bye-bye for now.
Talking about podcast.
Yeah.